We're live now on Facebook and on YouTube.
John's walking away from.
Okay, all right, cool. Well,
All right, you're in.
all right, we'll get started.
Do you want me to tape like anything?
No, I'm good. Yeah, Mark,
I
I'm
just
good.
wanted to get on here. Good luck, John.
All right, John, have a seat. We'll bring it on. We'll start. It's unfortunate and no one do this. So for everybody, a little over a year now, we have a question with everybody. And so
for those that don't know, you need a Porsche. Go see Brian at Porsche of Orlando. Porsche South Orlando, that's in the world. I'm told it's in the country. Brian will give you a good deal.
So, you know, one about Porsche brought an awesome car here for us. Really, I'm more interested to hear about how all this cars and behind the car. So get involved with cars, and then maybe we'll talk about
some rough stuff and what they doing in city, and he went back to Poe, and I think he because you did 10 hours a week, 800 hours a week, I'm gonna let you drive a race, and I went and drove a car and got over the head faced by Cupid Zero, sent for and continue to work as a professional, got into racing a little bit by 2005 before today. If you want to run this, we're at from Los Angeles and moved to Orange, and we ran it for 11 years as a race team. Decided that a better direction be modeled around a Porsche. I still take guys to the track. I could turn cars into race car, but we do a lot more work to treat cars. That's for guys that all of my stars that life I found to, and I like to fuel the passion for them, which they're one I like. But they come down and try to model the at one with us, and grow with people.
That's so cool. It's kind of unusual that the California is in Florida, right? So there's another guy in California who I spoke with just recently.
I love
so I've known him for years, and I was involved in the heydays of racing. So it was real cool to be able to, but that's a California guy. I had this on about some of their California guys, and votes, but also Porsche. So there are some guys, but it's
had what I becoming a Trans Am driver. Less driving is an on-air personality. I think that's the common thread with all these guys. They all grew up loving things on four wheels that make strange smells and odd noises, and it's a passion for a lot of us.
That's funny, the odd noise thing.
Yeah.
They're odd, but sometimes they're familiar. So about 3 weeks ago, I had the privilege of going to the dealer with another California. Right? So he threw the event, and we participated. We put some cars, support it. He was introducing a new line of wine, some awesome wines, and the amount of time and effort that they put into developing this line of wines, just a winemaker standpoint. The event into my and I thought, there was a link. This it's technology. It was such a
phenomenal job at the product relationship. He's trying to actually see somebody that here, from that perspective, I've tried to emulate. But let's talk more about your story getting into a car that's 40 years old.
Well, whatever. I'm not good at math.
I don't math. The RS is an amazing piece of technology, and how those cars have evolved over the year is pretty phenomenal. But at the same time, you cannot replicate that visceral experience that you get only from an old. No ABS, no seats, no creature comforts, and it still smells like your childhood. I'm sure every time, and that it makes that strange sound when you open the door that only a Porsche does. And I don't think you can replicate that with a lot of other cars, because with most cars, you're so happy to be in the newer iteration of it. Whereas with the Porsche, you yourself
it's a full cycle both ways to bringing out the heritage, bringing out those, like you said, you sort of get those feelings from your childhood, whatever. Yeah, the car still, it's got that very distinctive smell inside, and all of it, it's just really cool. That was, I thought, experience to be on top of all the, it was kind of icing. You got together with your partner to Pocono. Oh, he took you. Right.
Hey, you come and be let yours, and my experience is so different than everybody else. You get on a racetrack, you're like, oh, this is something I've always wanted to do. I remember coming home telling my dad to be and run a motorcycle. I was make some battery, build a brand of BGB, and it gives us, and made it into, how many 9 engines we shoved in Caymans and Boxers, and it turns into an arms race. Now it's 4 liters and bigger than 4 liters, and you're always trying to stay ahead of the curve, but the cool thing is that we try and do a little bit of something for everyone. Whether it's GT3 RS, we got a lot of press out of it. Only one world, and I'll do it again. I left the Schecter put in a car, and it doesn't because there are a lot of racing. We've built a lot of PK races. It's just a question of trying to figure out what the market wants, and I'm happy to be able to bring things to fruition that
I mean, you've all this experience, technical experience, experience at the track, experience in just dealing with guys who want to do some crazy things sometimes, and that's not real easy, right? Because they have expectations, and you're going to be realistic with them. Hey, we can do this. It's going to be a journey. You got to be ready for the ups and downs, right?
I am, and I forewarn them. I'm your kids because you're going to be gone all the time with all the country. It might be taking customers last a long time because there are other shops that try and turn these guys out, and I need guys around for a long time because my business is modeled around being here and being cars to us after year after year, and luckily. I live, 70 minutes from one of the biggest Porsche markets, about 6 or 7. Guys that go to Sebring and Daytona and Homestead and live in Pace and everything throughout the year. So this is you're trying to build this up, and we're very fortunate to have a lot of great customers that give us good referral. I try less than it would do. Give me some, keep him honest. So. We have a good time with it.
It's all good in competition. A lot of. I mean, when you live in Central Florida, it's almost you take for granted some of this stuff. That people literally will travel from around the other side of the world to come in March to go to the 12 Hours of Sebring, just to experience, one of the top 3 endurance racing events in the world. And people who live here in Central Florida, who aren't crazy car guys like you and me, or Porsche guys, or whatever you want to call it, they don't understand that. They don't get just how strong a thing that is in that racing community in endurance racing, that this is a mecca. I mean, it's unbelievable that within the span of a couple of hours, really, or 2.5 hours, I guess, maybe, between Sebring and Daytona, you have 2 of the 3 top races in the world here every year, and you have 2 of the 2 tracks that are just prolific in a sense that when you live here and you participate